my friend.
In there.
Some tight quarters here. Craft beer man coming to you
Cheers.
from
Fairfax.
California.
Yeah, it's right near, just south of Santa Rosa, just north of San Francisco. Small little eclectic town with lots of art, lots of, people that like to do weird stuff.
Well, cool. I like weird stuff.
Yeah, like Austin. Austin weird.
Yeah,
in a good way.
So,
nice little town. Come down and check it out.
And a brewery.
Yes.
And the brewery is called Iron
Springs. Iron Springs Brewery has a restaurant as well. We're watching guys cook right behind us. Just met the cook.
Michael Altman, I believe, is the owner and brewer, original brewer anyway. We just met him and talked to him a little bit about his bottling operation.
He does bombers, right?
Yep.
22 ounces.
We just decided we'd hit this in between breweries on the way down to San Francisco.
Yep.
You are going to review the
JC Flyer.
The JC Flyer. Now, where did that come from?
This is a musician, a disciple of, I think, Jerry Garcia, Grateful Dead, and the owner / brewmaster named a beer after him. And I think
cool.
he even came for the inauguration of the beer and takes a lot of pride in this beer. If you remember, he talked about how he just improved it recently.
Yeah.
And as far as the color on this thing, this is a nice
golden
filtered color.
Yeah.
And straw yellowish. It's a little bit of copper in it, and it poured a kind of a weak head compared to what yours was.
Yeah, I think
but
so.
it could have been the pour, but it wasn't that creamy and
also,
thick.
I noticed the lacing on that glass a little different. So the
Yeah.
head retention is definitely a little stronger.
No question,
Yeah.
no question. As far as the nose, definitely getting some hop forward on that. No question about it.
Yeah, no question. There's hop forward.
I knew I'd be tasting some hops when I got into this bad boy. Remember when I first had my first sip, I'm like, wow, Max, that is hoppy for an IPA. And then you reminded me, hey, that's 7.8 ABV. And so the first sip was extremely hoppy and bitter. And then I let it settle for a while, and it started to come into its own. And as I drink this, I'm really starting to enjoy it. It's definitely, I think, I believe it's got some Cascade hops in there, maybe a couple other kinds, but it's got a nice flavor about it.
It has mellowed out a lot in just the last 20 minutes. At first I thought it was a little bit like that Dempsey's earlier today that was just super bitter, but now I don't feel that way, and even after I got done drinking it, I'm not feeling it. I still feel some lingering bitterness, more so than even the Lagunitas and some of the others that we had today, but it's not as stark.
It's a good lingering.
Yeah.
It's a good lingering that mellows out and makes you want to have some more. I'm going to go ahead and say the one thing I would knock it on is maybe it doesn't have the best mouthfeel, but it's a solid IPA. If I lived in Fairfax, I'd be down here getting these. There's no question about it. I'm going to give this beer a 4 mug.
Four mugs, all right.
I'm going to give it a 4 mug rating.
Cool. Yeah.
So it's solid.
Yeah, real solid.
And one of the reasons I'm doing that, Max, is for a 7.8% IPA. It hides the alcohol brilliantly.
That's true.
And
definitely don't feel that
it's a
forward.
and it's a good hop flavor, a nice finish. Maybe it just doesn't have the best mouthfeel, but I think it's a good balanced IPA and nice and hoppy. So 4 mugger.
JC
And you?
Flyer IPA. This one here is the Casey Jones Imperial IPA, coming in at 8.9%, just under 9% alcohol.
Show the color over here.
A little more color. Might be filtered, or it might just be aged a little longer and clarified naturally, but my guess would be it's probably filtered. I mean, these guys are probably like most craft brewers. They're trying to make as much as they can, as fast as they can.
Had a beautiful head on it when it poured. Nice,
beautiful head.
3/4 inch head, creamy white.
A different kind of nose, a much sweeter nose as well, because you're definitely, there's a lot more malts and sugars
that. It's
in there.
a really nice smell to it,
and
man.
So I felt when I was pretty excited when I first smelled the head. I thought, wow, yeah, this smells like it's going to be a really nice beer.
It's
and
8.9 ABV.
8.9. And again, nice lacing, so it's got good head retention.
Yeah, look at that. You just move that around. You can just create a head very simply.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Very nice. You're not taking a fork to get that kind of action.
Oh yeah, it's just
coming out.
It's just ready to have a nice creamy head for you.
And I'll tell you what, the flavor, it's got a lot of body. It's actually fairly thick when you're drinking it.
It is.
And alcohol.
Not extremely syrupy thick, just thick of
full of
ingredients, body.
But I'm not really catching the alcohol. Now, granted, I've had a couple of wet hopped Maximus
at Lagunitas Petaluma, so that is affecting you a little bit.
A little bit, but I'm just not. It's certainly not alcohol forward. I feel like it's hiding the alcohol very well.
Very well, and I do like the addition of the sweetness to it. in the malt. There's more than this, you know.
Yeah.
So, and that's needed for that. It's almost 9%. It's basically 9% beer right there.
Very well balanced, I think. You know, again, strong hop, but strong malt sweetness. So you've got yourself, you know, a really nice Imperial IPA. And gosh, it's hard to give out the kind of numbers we've been giving out lately because we go for a long time, and I hate to put a dig on the East Coast or anywhere else, but let's just face
Florida,
there's some great frickin' beers in California.
It really is.
You know, if you had to, we were talking on the way down there, if you had to pick one state that you had to live off of those beers and all the other beers went away, that should be hard for me not to pick California.
Craft beer from one state, it's either California or maybe Oregon, but I tell you what, I can think of several I just would not want to do without in California. So it's a special place, and we're in the special part too. You got the San Diego, it's going nuts there, and then you got it up here in Sonoma and Marin County where you got Marin Brewing, you got Russian River, you got Lagunitas, and you got, I mean, a lot of just great breweries.
Sierra Nevada, not that far.
Chico.
A little more inland. So, I mean, it's just some great beers. So I guess I don't feel guilty by giving this a 4 mug. I really think it's a 4. Solid Imperial.
I'm glad you did that, because that's nice. I mean, for 9% beer, basically, it's 9%. That's danger time, man. That could get you in serious trouble fast. They'll just go down smooth.
Really, really smooth.
Yeah.
Really smooth. So, hey, you know what? When you got 2 4-muggers and they're full of hops, it's worth a stop.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what is this, about 5 maybe miles off of the 101?
Yeah.
It's a little diversion, but hey,
well
worth it.
You know, you get to drive through the mountains, and you get to see a lot of neat shops and downtowns and stuff. So it's worth it. So if you guys make it out to Fairfax, California, we do recommend highly Iron Springs Brewery. There's the label right there, and that's it for craftbeerman.com. We'll see you
Tell Michael
at the
we
next
sent
stop.
You and have a pint here at the tap room and maybe a couple of vittles, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Craft Beer Man.
Stay hoppy, my friends.